What's going on, everybody? Product Probes back at you with another knife review, and today we're going to try to kill some zombies on a budget. Got a Z Hunter knife. It is the ZB003, and it's just a little cheap knife off of Amazon, but had good reviews. It was super popular. So guys, let's dive into it and let's see what this thing's got. Alright, so right off the bat, you know what I'm going to do? Definitely going to check out this trigger and see how fast this thing is. So right here, it does look like that it's a dual trigger. It's not. It's just right here on the back side. So it'll be the right from the belt clip, I guess. So, boom. It's not as fast as you would think, but it is a spring assist. So it's going to throw that blade on up. Seems to lock in place really good. So, let's see if I give it a little flick. Comes out a little faster. So, let's go ahead, let's get into some details of this knife. So, right off the bat, starting at the back of the knife, just have a nice black aluminum handle. So, no lanyard hole back here. Got your green Biohazard symbol right smack dab in the middle. Nice looking knife. Seems to be a little smaller. If I flip it over, you got a all black belt clip, which, wow. Seems to be super beefy, which is a great thing on it. Flipping it over, you got your standard liner lock right there in the middle, which seems to close fine. One hand deployment, one hand close. I say one hand close. It kind of slid right there. But, let's try that again. Yeah, that seems to do just fine. So bam, you flip it open, stick a zombie in the head. You might be ready to ride. Defensive stance seems to be pretty good too. Actually seems to be better in a defensive stance than an actual cutting stance. Your thumb ramps right here is not good. I don't see this really being for anything other than stabbing because of the spear point blade. Let me give y'all some more details. So, starting right here, as you can see, your thumb blocker, it's what it almost is, but it would be a thumb ramp. You can't really get a good cut down on it because you don't have much control of that blade, and I don't like that aspect of it. But with it being a spear point blade like this, it's definitely going to be strictly for stabbing. Now, right up here at the top, you do have some serration. However, it's not edged, so when I rub my finger across the serration, there is no cut. Now, a purpose for that would be when you stab in, when you go to pull out, it's going to cut more of that finer tissue into whatever you're stabbing and causing it to bleed out more with that serration up here at the top. But, again, if you're closing it one hand, single hand close, you don't have to worry about that serration cutting your finger. That's really going to be only for your entry and your pull out whenever you're stabbing something. So, that's an actual good thing right there. Come on down, basic spear point. Got your blood groove right there in the middle, which will relieve pressure whenever you're stabbing in. This right here will almost be like a vacuum if you didn't have it, to where it would suck. Having this right here allows that blood to flow out a little bit better. Now, down here you do have your half serration, half straight, which is really neat, and it's going to cause more cuts if you were to stab this way or this way. So you're going to get your fine cut this way, and then your serrations are going to hit. So guys, this definitely is a zombie killing knife. The size of it is not too great. The sharpness on it doesn't seem to be good. Well, I say that. It's so-so. So for us to find out how sharp it is, we're going to have to test it out. So let's go do that and see how sharp this thing really is. Alright, so with it being serrated here and having your half serration, half straight rather, I don't think this is going to catch well, but let's give it a shot. So you have to start high with it. It will catch and you can sit there and run it, but the tears were definitely in there. However, it's a good thing that it caught. Let's try it at an angle now. So guys, it does catch and it will slide down. So that's not too bad, I guess, for a cheaper knife like this. Let's test out the point. a little push, not much. When you run through it like that, you're definitely going to be hitting your serration, you know, as you slice down, because you're really only working with 1 inch. But guys, that was a little bit, you know, impressive right there for one of these cheaper knives. But the blade is still so-so. I would definitely throw it on a sharpener and really sharpen this thing up, and you might have a winner. Okay, so for a cheaper knife like this, you definitely are going to want to run it through a sharpener. The downside is, and this is just personal preference, I don't like half serration blades. I like them to be all straight when I'm carrying. Of course, if I was zombie hunting or zombie killing, I would want something that, you know, half serrated. But when you go to catch, you don't have a lot of belly to work with, because by the time you're actually catching, you're already on that upslope, which isn't going to give you good control on the cut down. So a majority of your belly that's actually not sloped, your flat slicing part, is going to be serrated. And look at this. The serration is not sharp at all. You know, I've had some where I could touch it and it would cut you. So guys, definitely want to throw this on a sharpener if you get it. Maybe get you a little file and file down. Yeah, it doesn't even look like they've sharpened these serrations much. But you could get a cylinder file and file 1, 2, 3, 4 and really sharpen this thing up. And be careful sharpening this top one, because when you close it, you really don't want that one to be sharpened, because then you're going to have it with 2 hands and try to close it like this. But guys, as I'm flipping it, it seems to get a little bit faster. So I do like that. The size of it is not too bad. So let's go see how long this thing is and how much this thing weighs. Alright, so let's see how heavy this bad boy is. 4.4. So that's actually not too bad. That's about standard, I would think. This is probably a 7-inch knife. So let's check that out. Now, fully open, starting with the tip down here. No, it's not either. This is an 8-inch knife, guys. So that weight on it is really good. Got a 3.5-inch blade, it looks like, right there from the tip to the actual end of the serration. If you count your choils, you can make it a little bit further, which is how they're going to measure it online. But if you're just looking at your actual sharpness, you're looking at 3.5 inches. And then fully closed, we're going to be looking at 4.5. So guys, 4.5 inches in your pocket, because this thing sets up so high, it's not too bad at all. So 8 inches, that was surprising. I was thinking it was around 7. So that's not too bad. And the good thing is, no matter how big your hands are, you will be able to get it around that handle really well. And you've got room back here for your thumb. So you're coming down on a zombie, coming up. Even if you had to really jab, you probably would want to jab this way so your thumb is blocked. It doesn't slide up as you're going. I hope you can see me as, you know, what I'm doing right there. But if you're coming up, you got them. But definitely, this is a lot better knife in a defensive stance. You can come sideways, come down, fight what you got to, and you still have this. Again, you might want to sharpen it up. The weight on it is ideal. And so for an 8-inch knife, you want it to be around this. I just wish the trigger was a little bit faster. However, when you go to pull it out, that's going to be a big issue. So right now, let me give you all a close-up on this. The belt clip. It seems to be super beefy earlier. Well, now that I'm actually talking about the belt clip, I can actually get my hand on back in there. So it is a little loose right there. So I hope it doesn't, you know, slide up and down in the pocket a whole lot. But it sits super high on the belt clip. So this thing is definitely going to be good for a concealed side of it. So if it's down, even if you have a vest, you could actually have this thing in there. The only thing is you're going to have to reach down and grab it. So let's go see what this thing looks like in the pocket, how it pulls out, and see if it's worth having if you're trying to kill a zombie. Alright, so with the belt clip sitting high like this, let's see how it slides in the pocket. So it's not too bad right there. The weight of it seems fine. I can put my hands in my pocket still. Now given I have khakis on, and if you're bugging out or anything like that, I guess, well, if you're on a budget, don't really have all the stuff, you got to go with what you're wearing during the zombie attack. But if you got jeans on, it might be a little tighter there. Slides out. There's a little catch right there on sliding out. Sliding in, I don't know. and then with the blade being so slow, let me give you all a close-up right over here. So, as you can see, it does slide all the way in your pocket, which is great. The print on it is not terrible, you know, with it being, yeah, it's definitely got some print to it on that. The concealed side of it would be fine, but this shirt, you know, isn't really long enough to do it. However, I don't see it being a problem because it's sitting all the way down in your pocket. And when you pull it out, right here, bam, your trigger is right there and you're ready to go. So, if you had it like this, it's in your pocket, you pull it out, boom, flip it, you're in a defensive stance, ready to ride. So guys, it can be done. You might want to try to put it, maybe if you had a utility belt, a vest, or something like that. But guys, this belt clip is not terrible. Alright, so it's hard to kind of slide in your pocket. It's not too hard, but for some of the knives that we've done, they've been able just to slide in and out. This one is a little tougher, and it's because of the trigger on the backside. It seems to be catching on the pants I'm wearing. So maybe if you had it up here where it was more open, it's not going to be hitting. You know, it could be good. You pull it out just fine. The trigger is right there, and you're ready to go. So, you know, it's a 6 or a 7, let's say a 6 on going in and out of your pocket, which for a knife that costs this much money, that's actually a winner. So, guys, let me go over some pros and cons of the knife. And the first thing that is a con, it's not really a con, but it was just one thing that bugged me, was the sharpness of the blade. This thing, like again, you don't have a whole lot of belly to work with when it comes to your straight blade right here, because by the time you're getting there, you're already on the up curve. However, your belly is going to be mostly serration, which the serration part is not sharp. Now, the point on it was really good, which you can expect with spear points. So, con plus, it's hit or miss, but I'm going to throw it in the con area because it's not sharp at all. The other thing is the trigger on it. I mean, it works. It's not as fast as we've seen them, but that was one thing. I wish it was just a tad bit faster. Another thing is the belt clip. The belt clip's fine if you're sliding it in anywhere else, and it could just be these khakis that I'm wearing, but it's catching on that trigger. However, slides out fine, and the trigger's right there, which is a plus. So, guys, again, just a real quick close-up on it. Biohazard sign is really cool. So, for aesthetics, this thing is super good looking. It is a cool looking knife. However, it would not be my go-to knife unless I'm on a strict budget and I just got to kill zombies no matter what. Then I would take this route. But if you're looking for a zombie knife, might want to take, you know, the next upgrade from this. But Z Hunter has got a lot of them. I seen one of the ceramics they had, which was pretty cool. But that's it, guys. The Z Hunter, the ZB003. Yeah, ZB003. So, guys, I hope that helped. If you were thinking about buying this knife, and again, the price of it, you could get it, throw it in your bag, and be ready to ride. So, don't let it throw you off because it is a cheaper knife and something to look into. Also, something else to look into is we are now on social media like crazy. Got Product Pros Christian really boosting that stuff up. So be sure to go check us out on that. And if you want to win this knife, all you got to do is check out our Friday Night Knife giveaways. That way you don't even have to buy this knife. You can have a chance to win it. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell so you know when we go live on Fridays. And guys, again, I hope this helped if you were thinking about buying it. And I will see y'all in the next one.